So, yeah, we are checking out the swtor content. These are like cutscenes or trailers.
Yeah, they're like trailers and kind of establishing the setup to swtor. So as we can see on the screen, these take place much later after Kotor 2, but also still far before like the prequels and like original trilogy stuff. So
gotcha. All right, let's do it.
Oh no! Is this a React channel? Oh no! Also, for context, I have the founder tag on swtor, so
our time has come. For 300 years, we prepared, we grew stronger. While you rested in your cradle of power, believing your people were safe and protected. You were trusted to lead the Republic, but you were deceived.
Rad armor.
As our powers of the dark side have blinded you.
Sup, bitches!
That Jedi had like armor underneath his robes, Obi-Wan style. Mm-hmm. That's cool. I like that look.
You assumed
also battle
no
mage
force could challenge you. And now,
we're here.
Finally, we have returned.
So bald dude there?
Yeah.
That's Malgus.
Okay.
Crazy ass juggernaut lightsaber. With the fucking, like, it doubles as the thing you beat someone with.
So this is a little bit of that, what I was talking about when I'm like, oh shit, a bunch of lightsabers versus another bunch of lightsabers.
Yeah, yeah.
But I expected good shit from episode 2. Hey, that's the move that happens in KOTOR when you fight.
Yep.
You throw a saber. Nice hilt.
Ooh, get fucked.
Nice tech. Good tech.
Yeah.
Good tech.
Oh, he got up.
Yeah, he did a cancel.
Yeah. Ooh.
Force throw with the push cancels.
Ooh, nice hit, good hit.
We're deceived. And now your Republic shall fall.
Learn the option select. That shit is plus on block. Okay. He's another angry bald man.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Vader with the helmet off.
For
Crusty boy. Malik.
stood as a beacon of hope.
Hopefully a bit better.
But the Empire came.
Oh. Mm-hmm. I know this voice.
And with one savage strike, brought Alderaan to her knees. Now, time is running out, as few are left to face the enemy. For those that remain, there is but one choice. We must fight to victory or death for the Republic.
And then who's this voice actor? He's done something. I've watched. Yo, those troopers look sick.
Hey, guess what class you get to play as?
Yo.
Guess what you get to do in the game?
Yeah.
Fuck you, bitches!
It's Jolie. It's Jolie.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's fucking advanced looking trooper armor, man. Clean. So these are all before the game came out.
Yeah.
Okay.
And we're kind of watching them out of chronological order, so Malgus doesn't have the mask.
Oh, I thought that's what the... Oh, never mind.
Yeah. This is
Before what we just saw?
Yeah.
Okay. Oh, so there's like in-game events that give him the mask type of thing? Okay.
I think we're actually watching them in reverse, if I'm not mistaken, but that's okay. Still get the idea.
This is release order. Oh, okay.
Release order. That makes sense.
Now, only 300 years before the Battle of Yavin is not that far away.
This is still thousands of years before that.
Oh.
This is 300 years post Kotor 2.
Excuse me, sorry.
And also...
Okay.
This is Satil Shan. You may recognize the last name. As in Bastila Shan.
Oh, I didn't know Bastila's last name. Shan?
Yep.
Oh. Okay. Straight daughter? Granddaughter? Or relative, maybe? I don't know. Someone?
Descendant, at least.
Descended in some way. Okay. Wait, what's the time gap between Kotor and this?
300 years.
Okay, fuck that. Never mind.
Yeah.
All right. What?
Yeah, that's some tech. That's some cool tech. That's also some great tech.
Yeah.
Get it, boys.
Hit him with the spear. Okay, so yeah, we're way beyond
Yes.
and everything.
Run up to the Sith Lord holding a grenade and try and blow him up.
I was not expecting SWTOR to be that far beyond.
Yep. It's 300 years after the events of Kotor 2.
So everything Revan related is then just in the past of SWTOR.
Is it?
Shinku?
Get fucked.
What the fuck was that force ability she used?
Force push the fucking mountain in?
Force catch lightsaber?
Oh, that, yeah.
Sacrifices are heavy.
Force you didn't stab me?
Hey, we know those ships.
Okay.
And then here's
270 after Kotor.
And here's 38.
3000, yeah. 38 before
before the actual thing. Yeah.
Okay.
Korriban, ancient birthplace of the Sith.
This one's my
Hey,
favorite.
what's up, Jen?
We believed ruins were all that remained of their evil empire.
I swear, I had no idea what was in those crates. I'm innocent.
You were smuggling Sith artifacts, Captain.
Fine, keep the artifacts. Just give me back my ship.
Eyes front.
Just inspecting the troops, Corporal.
Satil, what's wrong?
I sense a great darkness.
Please tell me his name is like Mayo Hill.
Sith Empire has returned.
Mayo? No?
No.
Okay.
That is no.
Empire
We
music,
must
huh?
warn the Republic.
Our shuttles can't outrun those fighters.
Well, guess who's got the fastest ship in the sector?
Is that the first canonical use of John's Empire theme in the history of Star Wars, chronologically? In this moment? Is this the earliest the Empire theme has ever played?
The Vader theme? That might be, actually.
Right?
'Cause we've heard the Emperor theme.
Why
Oh,
would-
wait. Duel of Fates? No. Battle of the Heroes.
Okay, Aaron Black.
Yeah, actually, holy shit, it is.
Does he represent a class?
Yeah.
Okay.
They all do.
I figure that's what they're trying to sell. Can you be a droid?
No.
Okay. It's high noon.
Pew pew.
My shit!
So you're basically looking
Why?
at the 4 classes right here.
She's not pretty, but she's tough.
There it is. You gotta use all the songs, right? You gotta get all that nostalgia.
Yeah.
Prep your
And
ship.
that's-
This is our fight.
That's my first. That was my first worry, but yeah.
Hello?
T7, cut the iron cannons!
Well, there goes the fucking... There goes the anime.
Yep.
That's over with, but it's okay. You know what? I appreciate a good mask. I appreciate a good mask. Woo! Yep. That Revan style. Damn.
Go, Satil. You must walk a different path.
You're selling Star Wars games, so I know why you have to put all the themes in there.
Yeah, but that's my first like the first thing where I'm like, oh wait. Yeah.
Okay, big boy, you dual wielding a fucking
Staff and a sword. Yep.
You're dual wielding the dual head, the double sided.
Yep.
Triple boys.
Those guns, now!
Can you do that?
No.
Okay.
Fuck no.
No one can do that, right?
That's
I'm like,
too cool.
No one
You
is
can't do
spec
that.
for that.
No one.
No one is spec for that.
No.
Triple wielding. Get the fuck out of here.
There's a Sith.
Oh, that's a Sith Sith.
That's a Sith.
That's a Sith Sith.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh shit. Okay. So swtor equals Revan's War. / real Sith are here.
Yep. You know that thing that the Jedi Council
That's
worried
that.
about?
Yeah, they're here. Yeah.
They're
Okay.
here.
Okay.
Fine. I'll do it too. And there's Malgus without all nothing
Yeah.
in his face.
He keeps looking better and better every time we move forward. What's up with that?
He's going backwards. We're watching him in reverse order.
Yeah. No, I get it.
Yeah. There we go. Now they're both doing it. Oh, wait.
So like you fight him in game type of thing.
Yeah, he's a character. He's a recurring character.
Oh,
get fucked.
Damn. Ah, goodbye, triple swing sword guy.
You were cool.
You're the only one that ever did that.
Goodbye, Mayo Boar.
Mayo Boar. Mayo Boar. Oh, Mayo Boar was cool.
Keep them off me! Hyperdrive's almost ready!
At least until someone dual wields double sided and has 4 of them.
You know! You should keep watching Clone Wars.
Okay, alright.
They've escaped, Master. You
Yeah.
failed.
No, Malgus. This is only the beginning.
Yes. After 1,000 years, Korriban is ours again. Welcome home.
Oh,
No weakness.
taking it back.
Yep.
Okay, so they do care about that shitty outpost. Gotcha.
Korriban is the starting world
Yes.
for Sith Warriors and Sith Inquisitors.
So you're saying I keep watching Clone Wars and I'll get to Flurry Boys? Mm-hmm. Big old Flurry Boys?
Yep.
Okay.
You should keep doing that.
Dual wielding, double-sided.
It is
pretty intense.
Not only that, but the context is exactly what you want.
Okay. That was cool.
So, do you want to know the broad strokes of what's going on in SWTOR? That's the question.
Broad strokes. I have the second one here.
So this is the events leading afterwards. So we're not going to hit these ones right yet. I'm just going to kind of bring you up to speed of the events of SWTOR, because this is into SWTOR. This is basically the first major story expansion. So basically,
yes,
the Sith show up just like it was predicted, and they basically fight
Korribanians.
Yeah, they basically show up, and they got all the way to Coruscant, as you can clearly see. In that first thing, they got all the way to Coruscant.
Yeah,
and then a ceasefire is put into place. For some reason, there is all right, hold up, and everyone stops for a bit. There's a Cold War going on where there's clearly like border skirmishes and stuff going on between the Republic and the Sith Empire, but for whatever reason, stop.
Okay.
The Sith don't just, as they are clearly fucking demolishing the Republic.
They don't glass Coruscant.
No, well, they just, at some point, they stop.
Okay.
For reasons.
Okay.
The events of, I would argue the events of the Jedi Knight storyline is probably the closest thing you're going to get to a KOTOR 3 and makes the most sense in the terms of...
you mean just following that character?
That particular character. Okay. And basically...
but they stop, but they're still around.
Yeah, like you still have the two going out, like there's two factions, right?
As you would in an MMO. They have taken territory.
Yeah. If you're curious, the Sith come from the Sith. Their current Sith homeworld is Drummond Kos, is what it's called.
Drummond Kos.
It's like a super jungly climate that's super harsh and lots of creatures, and they live in this really cool looking Imperial city. It's
not Korriban, not Exegol.
No, Exegol is not a thing. Absolutely not a thing.
Gotcha.
And it's really cool. The broad strokes is if you play as the Jedi Knight, you play through it and play the type of Star Wars game you think it is. We have to stop the Sith by defeating the Emperor, because there's a Sith Emperor, as you would assume, right?
Yeah.
Now, the really cool shit. I mean, that's the overarching thing, and that's, you play through your story class and and it's the war and fighting everything and stuff like that. And there's
the eventual big blue lightsaber.
And if you're on the dark side, you kind of want to like almost take over. Like the Sith Inquisitor basically wants to sit on the council and do politics and bullshit and stuff like that. But basically, you get to the point. The what's the starting planet again? Universe for the Jedi Typhon, is that what it is? Hold on, let me just double check, see if I got the name right. Tython. So you are the hero of Tython. You save Tython. The hero of Tython, the Jedi Knight on hero of Tython, beats the Emperor. That's the end. That's the conclusion of that particular plotline, and defeats the Emperor. The Sith Empire, at least the Emperor, has defeated. You've defeated the Emperor of
the Jedi Knight makes it all the way to the Sith homeworld
and defeats the Emperor.
And this is in the unknown regions.
Yes.
Okay.
But they get all the way there.
Okay.
Defeats. Come on, chat. Relax, guys. Come on.
Just go.
All right. Quite possibly the most interesting thing and the most relevant thing, because I don't want to get into all of it because I don't know all of SWTOR's things, is I started off a little bit a while ago making a joke of Pockets, Fanny Pack, and T3 walk into a bar. I want you to imagine Pockets, Fanny Pack, and T3 slow action music movie scene walking into the Sith Emperor's chamber to fight him.
Okay. All right.
That's probably the most coolest thing from the Revan book that I've read about.
Okay.
And they try and take on with the aid of another Sith, they try and take on the Emperor, and they lose. And the exile gets fucking killed.
Who is the Emperor?
Yeah, the Emperor. The same Emperor that you're currently facing down, that the hero of Typhon kills later.
Sorry, but does he have a name?
He has a few names, but we'll get to that in a second.
Okay.
But yeah, again, ignore them. That's what it's going. This is what the actual thing is.
Okay.
Revan loses. T3 gets blown the fuck up.
Oh my god.
T3 dies.
Oh shit.
The Exile dies.
Oh,
Revan
shit.
almost dies. Revan is imprisoned. And then basically the Emperor is like, all right, cool. Let me just suck all the knowledge out of Revan's head about the Republic so I can conquer it easier. And Revan is basically in suspended animation for like 300 years and is manipulating the Emperor to not invade immediately, which gives the Republic a fighting chance. And he's also the reason why there's like a ceasefire in the middle, as he basically convinces the Emperor to stop fighting for a second. Right? Not a great ending to Revan's kind of plot, is it?
So, okay. So basically, as far as the connections to our games go, Exile chooses to follow Revan.
Yes.
And then finds Revan in the regions.
Yeah.
And then they take their army, they make it all the way there.
Yeah.
They get to the final boss.
Yeah. And they lose.
And they lose.
And the
T3's with them.
And yes, and the Sith who is with them that is trying to help him actually betrays Revan because he sees a vision of basically Doctor Strange's it and goes, I see one reality where we win.
Gotcha.
And that's the reality of the hero of Typhon killing
Is this
the Emperor.
described or shown?
I believe this is the book talking about this, and it's talked about as lore from the character, because he's still alive, who stabs Revan in the back.
Damn, that sucks.
And becomes a party member eventually.
So what is there any talk about the relationship between Exile and Revan?
I don't know. I never read the book. I just got the Cliff Notes wiki thing. I hear the book is not great, but you know.
But in that version of events, what side are either of them on? Are they both light side?
They're both light side.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, because that's the canonical thing, right? And the Exile gets done super dirty. Basically, all those cool things that are set up doesn't matter.
Okay.
She gets force ghosted.
Canonically, Revan guy, Exile girl.
Yes.
Okay. Light side.
Yeah. And they do some more stupid stuff with Revan, but we're not going to talk about that.
So Exile,
they basically, guess what? They kind of do Revan and the Exile dirty.
Force ghosted.
They both get done dirty. Which I think leads into one of the main reasons why people don't like SWTOR is they kind of fuck both characters. So do they pop up as ghosts and say shit? Oh, one of them's not a ghost. One of them's still alive. Revan is still alive. Right. Exile. That is. Yeah, she pops up as a Force ghost going, yo, come get Revan. Yeah. Get him, free him from his prison. And I know there's a dark side equivalent to the Revan plotline. I'd never played it. And then there is a raid, there's an expansion pack where Revan is an enemy that you have to fight. But if I remember correctly, he somehow gets split into two versions of himself, a light and a dark side. And you team up with the light side to fight the dark side. It is some fucking trash. Okay, ignoring that. That's so we're not gonna. We're just gonna pretend that doesn't happen. Whatever. That sounds terrible. Yep. What? Does it? You know, it's okay. So Revan canonically has like Darth Revan armor that is like, hey, we don't have to worry about the face of the custom character. This is what they look like, right? Oh no, they have a face. Hold on, let me find it. But I guess I'm just saying, what I'm saying is, when you're light side, you're not dressing up in that shit. Oh yeah, you are. Oh, Revan in light side is still walking around. Let me find the picture. Light side Revan is still walking around looking like Darth Evil Revan. Yep. Okay. All right. Fine. Sure. It's cool. So. That thing looks like fun, so why not? That's Revan. That's maskless Revan. It's basically the default face, that long-haired model in Kotor 1 that everyone ends up picking. Thanks, I hate it. Right? But they kind of spoil Revan. But Revan walks around wearing the Darth armor. Yeah, okay. and then there's the evil version of him, which has the mask on. Okay. So he does do the mask. So Exile... Yeah, there we go. The mask is cool. Yeah. There we go. Exile does not, or rather, so far in the game, I did not pick up any canonical Exile armor of any kind. And I guess that's possibly deliberate, but it's like, Exile was someone before the game started. Was there a canonical Exile armor or Exile look? Yeah, it's right here. I know, generic design, right? The most generic it's been.
No cool mask and shit, huh?
No, there's what she looks like without the Force aura.
Oh, I hate it.
Oh yeah, it's pretty dumb.
No one cared who Revan was.
Exile God, and this leads into one of the things that I think was the reason, the sticking point for a lot of people with SWTOR is not only do they kind of take the Revan thing nowhere, they basically just go like, yeah, all that cool shit in KOTOR 2, yeah, it doesn't matter.
They turned into unspectacular NPCs.
Yep.
That sucks.
Yeah, and I think that's the biggest thing.
So in the timeline of the MMO, Revan is kept alive in stasis.
The 300 years in between, yes.
But
and he's basically tortured and kept alive by the Emperor the whole time.
Like, does he talk and like
Revan?
Yeah.
Oh yeah. You talk with him. You save him on the light side. You break him out of prison.
Okay.
And you team up with him.
Okay. And Revan's around and he's a character and he says things and he just happens to be 300 years displaced from where.
Yeah, he's over 300 years old because he's been kept alive.
Okay. So I guess, I was trying to piece together. Here's the thing: is the dark.
Oh, also good news. You know who else is there too?
HK.
Yep.
Makes sense. Mm-hmm. Not much needs to change about that. HK can last as long as it needs to. HK's a droid. Mm-hmm. So I was trying to piece together, I guess in my head, like the Revan setting up for the war coming as my pockets sort of version, where it's like, this is a dark side character ultimately, but they're still doing the thing to stop the fucking annihilation of all things.
So the thing that happens according to SWTOR's lore, the reason when Revan and Malak fell the first time, they didn't find Malachor 5 and fell there. They found the actual Sith Empire and basically got kidnapped and brainwashed and turned into Sith and then broke free and said, fuck you. So they didn't even fall in a cool way.
What?
Yep.
That's garbage.
Yep. Like that cool thought of a character slowly falling to the dark side over the
fighting the Mandalorians
and slowly succumbing to the dark side?
In a ridiculous fucking
No, they just got captured.
Grip.
They just got captured and abducted by the true Sith.
Like, I was picturing space Battle of Thermopylae, where we fucking, you know what I mean? Where you are like gripped together with the fucking, the enemy, and like they fought the Mandalorians like practically barehanded and gritted down hard enough that you just, again, the slow fall, No,
they get kidnapped and brainwashed by the Sith and turned to the dark side.
Fuck that. Okay, so wait, does that retcon KOTOR 2?
Mm-hmm.
He says as he sips his water.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Fine. So Revan pops out and is around.
Revan's
now,
still
being an NPC in an MMO, like, I don't even know what that means. Like, are they with you like a party member?
Oh no, they show up for quest specific things and
then fuck off.
They're a quest giver, basically.
Okay.
They're a character.
They're not hanging out like party members in this, for example.
God, no.
Right, okay.
God, no. Although the guy Revan teamed up with, who stabbed him in the back, and basically Doctor Stranged it, and went, okay, well, I know the one thing. That is a party member for the Knight, the Jedi Knight.
Okay, well, so far, I'm not really sold on SWTOR.
Yeah, I don't blame you.
Okay.
Now, that being said, here's where it gets interesting.
Okay.
Before we click that button, though, for context, the events of the Shadow of Revan happens, so we find out Revan's been split in between fucking light side, dark side versions.
Okay, fine. Entertain me for like a half second on this. Literally how?
I can't remember, honestly. Clearly, it doesn't matter. And because they needed a light side and a dark side Revan, I guess. And basically, we find out that we didn't kill the Sith Emperor.
Yeah, of course.
And he did the Force, and now he's still alive somewhere.
Okay. Asuna says, Jedi Knight, hero of Tython, rises to become a champion of the Order, joins a failed mission to capture the Emperor, is captured until Scourge frees them, travels...
I forgot about that. Scourge is the
around,
guy,
foiling many rituals, and eventually slays the Emperor's voice. Scourge realizes his vision was false. Also, the male knight is David Hayter. Okay. That's cool. David Hayter got some work. That's nice to know. The what of Revan?
Shadow of Revan? That's the DLC.
Okay. Splits into two people.
Yep. I distinctly remember there being a light side version and a dark side version.
Right, which, you know,
that exists in the
it's
same
like
thing.
it's like the video game, remember? There's two like Oh boy, Chris, where you at?
Kreia should just wiped out the Force.
Kreia was right.
Fuck it.
Kreia was right.
Kreia did nothing wrong.
Oh, Avalon, where you at? Didn't touch this project, I imagine.
Nope.
Not with a 10-foot pole.
Nope.
Or a 20-foot lightsaber.
It almost feels like BioWare was almost butthurt that Obsidian did it better and just went, fuck it. Like, it almost feels like that. Some of the changes feel a little bit vindictive. Where, like, the Exile gets nothing! Nothing even a little bit.
All right, someone says it's kind of like Lords of Shadow from Castlevania, where the good sides ascend to heaven and they leave their evil sides on Earth.
That's what it was. I remember. All right, moving on to the...
No, I want to take a second.
Just let that process.
Really because it's like, hey, remember how we were just talking about how people can have multiple qualities to them and how a person can be multifaceted in ways? Well, how about we say, fuck all of that blur, and we just take the good part of you and rip it out.
And become a new character and leave the bad parts of you and call it a day. You know, the character who is the embodiment of both the light and the dark side, who uses both and has been on both?
Can someone tell me if there was a Yamato involved... then maybe I could accept this.
Oh my god, it is DMC.
If someone can tell me that a Yamato was involved in this process, I can accept it a little bit. But if there was no Yamato, I don't want to hear it.
Oh god, it is. It's V and fucking... Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh.
Trash. Alright, so what's going on?
You'll see.
7 years into SWTOR.
You'll see.
315 years after KOTOR.
Yeah.
And the only descendant to speak of is Bastila's got some sort of...
Yeah, got descendants.
Some sort of kid.
Bastila fucks.
Not Revan, clearly.
Nope. Oh, Revan's stuck in a fucking Force prison for 300 years.
So Bastila just hooked up with someone else, huh?
I guess.
All right. Any word from any other... Well, let's just click play.
Let's just click it and play it, and hopefully this will help redeem it a little bit.
Okay.
A man can have anything if he is willing to sacrifice.
For a second, I'm like, what?
With your birth comes a solemn vow. You will have nothing.
More troops! Over there! Yeah!
Your privilege.
Ante, Virgil, dinner's ready. Oh, that's Sith armor. Is it? Not? No, it's not. Okay, never mind.
In the darkness, only ambition will guide you. The oaths you swear, the promises you make, they are yours alone.
2 times the Star Killer.
Mm-hmm.
Your freedom will be the wars you wage.
These guys are fucking up the Republic and the Sith.
Yeah.
Your birthright, the losses you suffer.
Hey. Wait, really?
Not her, but...
Not Talon.
No.
Not Talon.
Clearly not.
Different
but
pattern.
Still looks cool.
The pain you endure.
If remember correctly, that was actually a design they added to the game because everyone loved it so much.
Okay. Yeah, well, fucking shout-outs to Sith Twi'lek.
Yep.
That's always rad, man.
That armor set specifically, though, because you can be that. You can absolutely make that as a character.
In Jedi Academy, it's one of the multiplayer characters you can set as.
Yep. I remember that because she's a character in the game.
Hey, cool. Cool with the mask. Oh, light side boy ain't so light side, really. He's just wearing white.
That was Korriban.
Oh, was it? Oh, I didn't realize it was. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah, that's Korriban. Mm-hmm. Okay, so they just fucked it up.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Just because you wear white doesn't mean... Interesting.
I don't know if you noticed, but that's Malgus' lightsaber on the left. The cool guy we saw in the earlier cutscenes, the red guy.
I couldn't piece that all together.
That's okay. It's just a subtle nod.
Yes, what happened to him?
He keeps getting blown up in fights.
And the brother kind of helped him and saved him, right?
I fucking hate you so much, Dad!
Gamora, why? I'm sorry, sister.
Come with me, son.
Wow. That's pretty brutal.
Mm-hmm.
Poor bad guys.
Knights of the Fallen Empire.
Okay.
Right, pause for a quick second here and talk about that for a second.
Those characters seem interesting and tragic. That's, okay.
So, that old dude, that's the Sith Emperor. He is so powerful, this is kind of dumb, but kind of metal at the same time, that he can literally split his consciousness into multiple people.
Sure.
Basically, he's the closest that you were talking before about, is there Sith immortality? Yes, there is. It requires sacrifice on a massive scale to do it, though.
Okay.
And he has been around for a long fucking time.
All right, everyone's yelling that Bastila and Revan fuck and that they have kids.
Whatever. Yeah,
okay,
yeah,
got it.
Whatever.
Got it. Got it.
And so he's been around for a minute.
What does that mean when he literally moves his brain into another body? His
he exists. He exists in literally multiple bodies at the same time.
Oh, simultaneously.
Yes.
Oh, okay.
And so he basically goes at some point. All right, this Sith project's kind of a failed experiment. I'm gonna do something else while I'm doing this at the same time, and creates another empire.
That's interesting.
Yeah.
What?
Yep. No, that's the appropriate reaction, chat.
Fuck. Wow. Okay, that's pretty wild.
Yep.
So who the fuck is this guy?
He is, well, in his name in Eternal Empire is Valkorian. I can't remember exactly what it is.
And like, how is this dude ruling the true Sith?
Because he's so powerful. He's literally immortal. He cannot be killed.
Okay, so that the whole
he's Super Palpatine, basically.
But the consciousness thing is like, it's not like I have a bunch of clones that all exist at the same age.
No, he is like exists in multiple people and can transfer his consciousness into other people as well too.
Okay.
Which is one of the starting events of this expansion pack. It's in the first chapter, so it's pretty starting off where he dies.
Actually,
he dies.
Okay.
And transfers into your head.
Okay.
And then essentially, long and short, begins grooming you to take control of your body and continue living on forever.
Right, yeah.
That's the ultimate goal. And
Handsome Jack.
Yeah, and basically what this guy wants to do is he wants to conquer the known galaxy to basically sacrifice it to keep himself alive forever.
Right. Bigger sacrifice means you can continue doing what he does.
Yeah, and that's more or less what he's doing. That being said, we gotta call out the bullshit when we see it. The cool stinger for SWTOR is, psych, there's another empire! Even more powerful, that's stronger than the Republic and the Sith combined, and beats them all in 2 seconds.
And they were hiding in the double unknown regions.
And then another guy comes up, but he's so much more stronger.
And nobody knew about him.
And nobody knew about and no one can stop him.
That is... the ultimate problem with storylines kind of moving forward in this way is that the fog of war is never uncovered, and there will always be an Exegol.
And so that's, I think, the biggest
Exegol
flaw.
is not even the worst Exegol.
Yeah, and that's I think, the worst part of this story is the fact that the best thing they got was, surprise, there was another empire. And it's like, fine. Although I do remember playing through it. I do remember this was far superior to the actual MMO portion, like the original launch thing. This is like kind of like a single player RPG in the middle in the middle of the game. Like, you can play this and you can actually just skip. You can make a level 50 character and jump right to this moment.
Okay.
And just start here with the with this plot line. So you can just skip kind of the RPG bullshit or the MMO bullshit and jump to a story. So it is kind of cool, but yeah. So this thing you're looking at right here.
Asuna just sent.
Yep, that's the thing. Remember those things, the episode 0 from a long time ago?
Yeah.
This was a deleted thing that mentions that what happens.
It jumps into the player's brain, or rather the Jedi Knight's brain, I guess. Or...
No, that's Revan and Malik falling to the dark side.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. That's what that is.
Okay, so there's a 15-second clip here. 1 second. Okay.
Yeah, do they not also get kidnapped and find the true Sith in the process? Because that's the whole reason why he heads back.
Okay. So, that Emperor person sounds like ridiculously, impossibly, un-Star Wars likely, like unstoppable. Like that's,
basically.
That sounds like an actual god walking among the Star Wars
basically.
Universe. Okay.
Yep.
An omni threat.
Yep.
Who are those kids?
His kids.
Well, yes.
Yep. That's the Emperor's sons, who are supposed to be the heirs, which I'm going to assume he was going to brainwash them and or like possess them and then just become them again. But I can't remember the whole nuance.
And I mean,
it's been a while.
I assume again the idea of having multiple bodies means he has multiple things going on. Where he's like, I got a family over here, I got this over there, I got whatever.
For all we know, there's another fucking empire somewhere, no, you didn't win. You didn't completely destroy me. I'm over here, guys.
Are all of his consciousnesses connected?
I can't remember.
Okay,
I honestly don't know.
No idea. All right. Does the surviving brother kind of become a villain you have to deal with in the game? I guess.
Yeah, and he's a character you can redeem or not. Like, you can either bring him back to the light side and he works with you, or dark side, or you can team up with him and shit and stuff like that. There's some more stuff.
Okay.
There's also a third sibling which is introduced, which we will see more of here. That's the Emperor's wife. He's a party member.
Pretty decent CG. How old is this?
He's a few years old now. It's probably like mid-2010s.
So the Emperor needs to conquer things and sacrifice them in order to keep living.
I guess.
So that's the point of conquering everything. Yeah, okay.
I need more sacrifices to feed the immortalness.
And is it straight up just like, oh yeah, here we go, there was another child on the balcony.
Guess what? There was another empire. No.
Of course, force sensitive. Or not.
I mean, it's a force sensitive culture. It's the Knights of Vaklu, I think is what it is.
Is the sacrificial process like anything special?
Yeah, it's Sith alchemy, temple shit. You gotta do some rituals and shit, and you just sacrifice a bunch of people on a planet, and you just become... It extends your life.
Pick a planet, everybody dies?
Yep.
Okay.
And I'm assuming you plan on doing it to the entire galaxy.
All right. It's always wiping a planet out.
Yep.
Yeah, that's one other way to do it.
Mm-hmm.
Good shit.
Yep.
Knights of Vaklu? That's what this Empire...
Sorry, not Vaklu. Fucking... Vaklu's the dude we killed.
This third Empire.
Yeah, Zakul. That's what it is.
Okay.
Not Vaklu.
Just hiding in the shadows the whole time.
Yep.
Nobody knew none.
Also, now the Emperor's like, oh, you are hiding someone from me who's super fucking powerful. Let me just do some shit to her.
The Emperor didn't even know... Did he even know he had a daughter up to that point?
Probably not.
Wow. Emperor fucks, huh?
Yeah.
Okay. And then he gives her the treatment.
Yeah, it does the whole thing. Let me just corrupt this child too.
You had a bun in the oven? Why'd you tell me? All right. Yeah, it does feel really hard to believe that, like, an entire economic force with spacefaring technology could remain unknown for an extended period of time.
Yep.
You know?
Like, I know the galaxy is a big place, but we know how big the star map, like, we know how big the galaxy map is.
At what point,
where were they?
Yeah, at what point do people just start, like, you know, pulling an Aria and just flying off in all directions?
Well, you see,
you know?
Uncharted hyperspace travel is dangerous, Wooly. You can't just go out and do it willy-nilly, I guess.
Well, then send some droids to do it and bounce information back. Just set up some relays and some droids. Or whatever.
Stay behind me.
Also, she's warrior mom, as you can probably tell.
Yeah, well, I was gonna say, like, this is a whole new culture, so they have Jedi?
Yeah, well, it's not Jedi, but they're Force users.
They have Force users, and they have lightsabers, specifically.
Yeah, it's a Force culture.
Alright, so...
There are other ones.
So lightsabers are...
You missed the lightsaber staffs from earlier. They had lightsaber staffs and energy shields. Literally like, Legionnaires from, Roman Legionnaires.
Oh, the yellow...
Yeah, they have
I saw them. I saw them, yeah. So lightsabers then kind of exist earlier than all things, almost, in a way, if they even exist out in this culture too.
Again, this is still hundreds of years after Kotor, right? So I can't remember how old this culture is. I don't know if it's relative. I honestly don't remember it because I don't care enough to go look into it because it's never...
Oh no, the Emperor brought them lightsabers.
Yeah.
Okay. And yellow is the choice of...
Also, their fleet is like a fleet of super advanced AI ships, and it's like the Infinite Fleet, I think is what they're called.
Okay.
And it's like a super droid weapon. And
that's a cool weapon, though.
Yeah, it's pretty neat.
A lightsaber polearm?
Yeah.
Is that a thing you can equip?
I want to say yes, but probably not. Thinking about class-based stuff.
Cool.
Yes, you can, chat. Okay, good to know.
Nice. With real money.
And that's the caveat. That's always the caveat.
Goddamn hell child. So evil.
Yeah, she's...
Chill.
You want... Okay, so, yeah, Star Wars stuff. This whole game series suffers from power creep. where, guess what? This child is even more dangerous than anything that's ever existed.
For sure, no doubt, no doubt.
And yeah, so this be mid 2010s, just like I thought. And the thing with her deal
Child's
is
name?
It said something earlier. It said something. It's another V name. I just can't think of what it is right now.
Right.
Again, Universe is going to say it.
Yeah.
And our Valen. That's what it is. Valen. And she takes control of the Eternal Empire at some point.
Sounding.
Yeah, she takes control of the Eternal Empire. Goes on a rabid killing spree. The Emperor, who's in your head at this point in time, is like, yeah, I put some safeguards in her head so that she cannot kill me. Like, I brainwashed her so I can say a code word and she cannot do damage to me. So she cannot do damage to you, the player character, because you are in his head. Or he's in your head.
Okay.
And she also put limiters basically in her brain to be like, stop. You are too dangerous and too powerful. Stop.
Would you kindly?
Yeah. And so she breaks the limiters and you have to stop her.
Okay, two things. One, is she not obviously a body that he's trying to groom, or are you just
probably yeah, but she goes crazy and off the rails. And
okay, because it feels like it's like he's probably just gonna the only reason why you'd raise a kid is so that you can fucking bison yourself into them.
Yep.
Right.
She's still a cool character, like, don't get me wrong, I still feel like the strongest storytelling is in Eternal Throne. It's just you have to remember the nature of this. SWTOR is coming out. Kotor 3, they're announcing this as like, this isn't even a Kotor 3. This is like Kotor 3, 4, 5, 6, 7.
Right.
There's Star Fox-esque on-rails starfighter shooting and stuff where you can take your ship and do battles in space. Like, there's a whole bunch of shit in here. And it ends up being a not great WoW clone that's fully voiced and has some fun like options for like light side, dark side, like you would before, but it ultimately doesn't really affect the plot, and it's just different flavors of how you want to roleplay your character.
Does the Emperor being in your head result in learning a lot of interesting shit about like why and how he did everything he did?
I mean, you learn about how he did it and how he's like basically imprisoned, like, I can't remember if it was his father or his master in a holocron somewhere, and he's done some shit. But ultimately, no, nothing is cool as Kreia. Nothing ever is cool as Kreia.
Yeah, no, I wouldn't expect that. I guess I just thought it would be interesting to have a first person.
Yeah, that's what it was. Yeah,
I just figured it would be interesting to have a first person take on like this is what, like, the body tech and the, like, I made an empire and I ruled the Sith, and then
I got bored and made another empire. I realized the Sith were flawed, so I made another one that utilizes both the light, the Zakul there. This empire is, their gimmick is they're not the light. They're a balance. They don't use too much light. They don't use too much dark.
That's what I'm like. Okay, because I'm like that yellow is clearly meaning something.
Yeah.
The yellow lightsaber is a deliberate choice. Okay, so they're Force users that are neither light nor dark.
Yeah.
Are they gray?
I guess by definition.
Okay.
But they're still conquerors. So
okay, that's interesting though. That's an interesting idea.
Yeah, and that's why I'm like, I think Eternal Throne has the strongest writing out of all the SWTOR stuff, but it's still, and I would say this, it's around KOTOR 1's level of, like, storytelling. Like, it's good. It's not great.
Sure.
It's not, I don't think it's better than KOTOR 1, but this part does some interesting things. But there's also an MMO surrounding it with a bunch of MMOisms, and they also do my boy Revan dirty, and do the Exile dirty, and all these cool characters that have been set up. They're like, fuck it.
I mean, look, here's the thing, is if you're going to fucking MacGuffin in a third group, a third party, like, at least make them as interesting as possible.
Yeah.
You know, if you're not going to give us an uppercut and you're not going to give us a hook, then give us a sendo smash.
One cool thing about the Zakul Empire is basically the citizens have had it so good because almost their entire society is automated through machines.
Yeah.
That when you start overthrowing, the citizens are like, what do we do? We've never had to do anything ourselves before.
Okay.
And they're like, what the fuck? And they're immediately at the start, like, they're really not okay with you trying to do that. And basically, you eventually come across a ship that can destroy the Infinite Fleet, and you eventually steal it. It's a giant super ship. It's another super weapon. It's another ship MacGuffin. And yeah, because the biggest threat to the Infinite Empire is, even though there's this basically superpowered Force users running around fucking everyone up in 2 seconds, the real threat is a fleet that can conquer the galaxy in fucking minutes. Really, like it's a giant fleet.
Sith are wiped.
No, Sith and
Korriban wiped.
Yeah, probably Korriban destroyed. But Sith and Republic are not wiped. They are serving. They're like vassals.
Okay, because you can't remove content.
Yeah.
That would be bad in an MMO.
Yeah, and I believe in this particular expansion, you actually team up, the main character teams up with the new Sith Empress, who took over after Evil Boy fucks off.
Okay.
And you end up going on like a space adventure with her. And she's like, and you kind of realize, oh, she's actually, it's like we were talking before, it's more about honor and less about being a horrible mass murderer.
Okay.
And just wants to restore the honor of her people and stuff.
So last thing I want to know is, does this fucking Momorpiga at any point mention anyone that I care about at all besides the three you've mentioned? And Teeth and
I believe I never did it. But
HK T3 Revan Exile. Mm-hmm. Sure. We got a single Bastila kid.
We have one mention, chat. We have absolutely one mention, and I believe it is the smuggler. Hold on, this coming in as my. I believe that in the smuggler campaign, you end up stealing either Nihilus's mask or armor.
Okay.
And he's in the armor.
So does the mask in my inventory in KOTOR 2 like have
end up somewhere else, I guess, somewhere?
Is that what's the significance of that? Yeah, I guess.
It's his mask, yeah. So you find his mask somewhere as part of a plot. I never played it, so I don't know what it does.
Okay.
But that's the first time the name is ever said, Darth Nihilus. It's in SWTOR.
Someone said Kando's skull is a quest item. That sounds fucking ridiculous.
I wouldn't be surprised.
Clan Ordo exists.
The Mandalorians still exist.
Okay.
And they are still doing shit.
Okay.
The jetpack lady at the start of in that first cutscene we saw was a Mandalorian.
Okay.
And that's the bounty hunter class, and I assume you do stuff with the Mandalorians as the bounty hunters.
It mentions Bayo once. Okay, so there's little words here and there, but none of them actually show up, I guess, is what I'm getting at. They just really cut ties with KOTOR.
I don't even think... Does Kreia even show up once? Does Kreia get mentioned once? Because I think, if I'm not mistaken, the next time Kreia is mentioned is it's in the mobile game.
No, don't do it. Don't do it. I don't want her mentioned. Keep her name out your mouth.
Yeah.
Kreia is the boss.
Kreia is, as we said before, the best Star Wars character.
Kreia is the boss. To like Metal Gear Solid has the boss, and it's like, fucking leave her alone. She's perfect. Back off. Anything you add will ruin it. Mm-hmm. Okay. Got it. All right. Cool.
So, as I said, there's some cool stuff in SWTOR, but it's kind of in a sea of eh.
Yeah, I get that.
It's in a sea of eh, and not worth investing 100+ hours to get to. I mean, that's literally the, hey... Woolie, just watch the first, I know the first 5 seasons are a bit of a slog, but if you get to season 6, it really starts getting meh.
Yeah.
And that's kind of...
And the whole time, it has to be a continuing service that, it's an ongoing live content, story, so...
Oh yeah, you go to Terrace, by the way.
Yeah,
Remember Terrace that gets fucked up, and you have to do the rat ghouls and shit. Yeah, there's some stuff there.
You can go back, and does it look like Terrace?
It's been bombarded, so it's been destroyed, and it's been overtaken by plants and stuff. But yeah, the buildings are there.
Because I guess what I'm trying to get at ultimately is that when you name something the Old Republic, it's like you're picking a name that people have an attachment to, but you're also picking a time frame that they know stuff about.
Yeah.
But it sounds to me like they tried to not make this really hook too much into KOTOR, and this is its own Star Wars product that happens to be close in time to KOTOR.
It's the same time frame, but it's approximately the same time frame, but they're doing their own thing.
And to be fair, I mean, I remember when I'm in the middle of watching Korra right now, and I'm like, how much ties to the old shit is there? And it's like, there's some. But there's a whole lot of stuff that they're like, we don't need to rely on the old stuff. We're going to do our own thing.
Yeah.
So I understand that. I do understand that.
Again,
it's just if it doesn't actually come close, though, you know.
I like those intro cutscenes we first saw.
Yeah, those are cool.
Before we started talking about them, but the first real red flag for me was when in the same trailer they use Battle of Heroes.
Yeah.
And they use
all of it.
And they use Duel of Fates.
Duel of the Fates.
And I'm like,
and Vader's theme.
And the Vader's theme in the same trailer.
All of it. And I'm just like, you're just going Star Wars fappery.
It's like you're just going throw all the hits, do all the nostalgia, and I'm like, fuck. And I was too young to really get it at the time. I'm too young. I was still like early 20s, but I was still susceptible to like the, oh my god, the nostalgia bomb. Like when
I was talking about the fucking Emperor theme, you know, the theme of the Empire there, and the Emperor's March rather.
Yeah.
And like then the other recognizable Star Wars songs kick in. I'm like, what are we doing?
Yeah.
You can't just do that.
Also, you know what I think the ultimate fuck you to the Revan thing is? They have not the audacity, but just to show you full nostalgia, like it's clearly the only reason Revan's in this game is because it's a thing that they can sell the game with, is that every time he's on screen they just play like the KOTOR 1 theme. And it's just like
twist the knife.
Yeah, and I'm just like, what? I'm like, yeah, okay. All right.
Okay. Asuna in there with the timeline. So, Revan not named Revan yet. If you don't mind, I just want to...
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay, Revan not named that yet. And Malik at the time, Alec...
Yeah, it was Alec.
Became Jedi Knights together. Alec was not their Padawan, like some assume. The Mandalorians enter Republic space after seizing surrounding systems. Revan and Alec strongly argue for Jedi interventionism and gather Jedi to scout along the Rim. They attempt to recruit the Jedi Covenant, ironically preoccupied with preventing a vision of Sith being reborn with Jedi instead, and kill the Tarazian Enclave's Padawans. Okay. Taurian, Taurus. Many Jedi are captured, and the Council rejects Revan's findings. Republic, however, hails Revan as a noble crusader and dubs them the Revan Christ. Interesting.
Revan kissed.
Yeah. Excuse me. Well, then.
That's a thing, too. Also, in SWTOR, there's like a cult of Revan. It's a thing.
How soulsy. Interesting. The experience of it. So Revan actually did some homework and said, "There's reason to go do this. It's not just out of nowhere." Makes sense. The experience of vision.
I assume this is probably the comics, but probably talking about this in the books, talking about this. I'm not familiar with this.
Okay, or novel or whatever.
Yeah.
The experience of vision of the past on the beaches of Kotor and genocide that took place. They witnessed people being forced into the sea and boiled alive. Yeah, that was fucked. Revan dons the mask of the sole Mandalorian woman who objected, renouncing their name until the Mandalorians are defeated, and taking the name Revan. Revan dons the mask. That's why the mask looks Mandalorian? That would... Yeah, okay. Revan dons the mask of the sole Mandalorian woman who objected.
Okay, that sounds like comic stuff then at that point, yeah. I think I've seen that panel.
Renouncing their name until the Mandalorians are defeated and taking the name Revan. I mean, that's a fucked up event to occur.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah, that makes sense. And also, yeah, it's a Mandalorian mask. Right. Yeah, that makes sense now. I guess I just didn't, you know, Sith masks. Yeah, okay. Revan and Alec begin to fall during the war, throwing soldiers into the grinder on feints, abandoning whole worlds to fortify others. Kreia is exiled from the Jedi for her students all joining the war. Every one of her students joined, right? Okay. A third of the Republic military is assigned to Revan's command, half of that to the exile. A third of the Republic military
is assigned to
Revan's command, half of that to the exiles.
Half of the third.
Yes. So the exile was...
So Revan gets
third
the main
in command.
force. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
And Republic, interestingly here, mainly, of course, is the idea that the Republic at this point is backing Revan.
Yeah.
And the Council the Republic is probably going, fuck the Council. Because they're not helping us, right? Seems
Also, Revan probably just went like, "Yo, we got to get some support over here," and the Republic was like, "All right,
yeah,
we'll send you a detachment.
We're here to help." And the Republic's like, "Thank God," but the Council was like, "Brr." "Okay." Revan and Alex seek deeper of the Force. Flashback to KOTOR 1 happens, and here is where Alec remarks that it's the point of no return. I remember that. They go to Korriban and begin studying Sith, eventually discovering Malachor and Treyas Academy. Most of what Canderous' KOTOR 1 stories happen here. The Battle of Malachor happens while Revan duels Mandalore, the Ultimate, and kills him. Mandalore reveals the manipulation of the true Sith. Then Revan takes the mask. Right.
Yeah.
The mass shadow generator is used, turning the planet into a dark side nexus was Revan's plan, but the exile nihilists were accidents. Okay.
Yeah.
Alec urges Revan to kill the exile. Revan refuses, and the exile goes back to the Council for Judgment. Okay. Interesting. So that is kind of like Revan basically lets the exile on to go do everything that we saw.
Yep.
And yeah, so the most interesting about that, what I like the most about that is like Revan had first-hand experience seeing how fucked the Mandalorians were, and were like, you all have to go. And like took that conviction backwards to the Council and all that shit. But like, it's like down to the very mask itself. It's like that's a like a Sith Lord that is like tied to this history with the war they're fighting. You know, like everything about Revan being obsessed with like destroying this enemy is like, it's perfect. It's like it goes in line because like that's why they fell there. That's why everything happened. It's all based on fighting the Mandalorians. So the entire look and the entire history being tied to that. And again, having a tragic moment like that define the character is good. I like that a lot.
Okay, so I mixed it up. I assumed SWTOR went over and retconned like the slow fall, and just at some point they found the Sith Empire and got captured.
Right. Okay. I mean, ultimately,
which apparently they still do. It just happened later. They fell and then they did it.
Ultimately, like SWTOR adding everything you told me about SWTOR in terms of what it adds to those characters sounds like garbage.
Yep.
And it also sounds like you took some interesting characters who were going to do interesting things, and you made them job just to make the bad guy big and strong, right? So, like, what's the point of putting the biggest, strongest heroes together, walking into the throne room and losing and jobbing to someone is to go, look how tough Jiren is.
Yeah, I guess. Yeah.
Jiren is the strongest. He can't lose. He doesn't scared of nothing. So that's garbage. That's absolutely trash, and it spits in the face of the two characters from these great games.
Yeah.
So I get it. There we go. There we go. Well,
long and short, KOTOR 1, KOTOR 2, great. KOTOR 2 is, with restored content mod, fucking fantastic. And that's kind of where my brain stops. In the same way that when I go, original trilogy? Yeah, that's great. Prequel trilogy? Okay, it's fucking bad and dumb, but it's fun.
Mm-hmm.
And I just kind of pretend the sequel trilogy doesn't exist. And kind of go, that was someone's fan fiction who had a budget. And I'm just going to pretend it doesn't exist.
Mm-hmm. Whew. Oh, shit. Yeah, let me stop that.
No, stop it. Keep it going. Record forever.
All right.
Make sure you say some really incriminating, embarrassing shit as well, too.
So, just before I get out of here, got to take care of these messages. Are you...
Yeah, I'm good to hang up for a second.
All right.
And again, my lightsaber is blue. I'm a good boy. Actually, hold on. Let me get my lightsaber. I brought it. The one I made.
Ooh.
It's in my backpack.
Okay. Give me a second, folks. Just exporting that audio. Although, I think we'll be able to use what we've got here. Solidus Rex, what's up? Thank you very much. Says, I can't remember if it's been mentioned before, but...
Keep going.
But did you know that the game, this game is one of the only voice acting roles for Sarah Kethithsman,
Yeah,
Krea's
Krea's.
VA, has ever done. Yeah, she's primarily a theater lady. She played Lady Macbeth once. Literally a Shakespearean actress. Totally.
So here's my lightsaber. It's the one I built. I'll hold it up to the camera. I guess it doesn't matter. It's out of focus. It's the one I built from the Savvy's workshop. I like the idea of parts thrown together as a lightsaber, where it's literally looks like a junkyard thing. And
is the blade interchangeable?
Yep.
Okay.
Ooh,
nice.
I have to pop that out. There we go. So, for proof, my lightsaber is fucking blue.
Hey.
It is blue. I ain't no Sith Lord here, boys. Please ignore the fact that my other lightsaber is red.
Look, sometimes life needs different colors to deal with different situations.
So, Guardian.
There you go.
Jedi Guardian.
Sometimes you gotta play a little red. Sometimes you gotta play a little blue.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, Willie and V says Maddie Nez. I got a few points here about the game. If you ever find them tedious to go through, feel free to just say thanks for the bits and move on. Okay. A couple points, yes. Let me just scan them over real quick. Yeah, okay, so now we're going to get into the...
Yep, here comes.
All right?
Here it comes,
All right.
yep.
If you don't mind, let me just get the lights here a little bit, because the eyeballs could use a little bit of rest. So
Here we go.
Yep. I mean... People have opinions. Things are
no, and that's fair.
Are.
That's fair. This is a highly discussed
it's
piece of Star Wars.
Everyone feels big things about Star Wars.
How many feels can you fit in the stops time?
Okay. First point, 1V might disagree with, since it's not confirmed in any way, is that after Atris, no one, not Kreia, not Scion, not the Exile, no one brings up Kreia's plan to literally kill the Force ever again. Even when Kreia speaks again in killing the Force at the core, she speaks about how the Exile's teachings are that death, the same way... Excuse me. Even when Kreia speaks again about killing the Force in the core, she speaks about how the Exile's teachings are that death, the same way she didn't want to literally kill the Masters, but rather wanted herself proven right and a new path found. It was just bait. I'm not convinced by the last bit of what you're saying. Yes, factually, it isn't raised up again, but that's not enough to convince me that that whole conversation was not real.
Well, you say, and I get it. She didn't want to literally kill the Masters, but then she also says, "I used you to kill the Jedi Council."
And then she did do it.
Yeah, that's what she says. Quote verbatim.
So, X to doubt.
X to doubt.
Also, it's just a worse story if that's true. Sorry. Second, when you tell Kreia it is not too late to stop this, she's actually happy. Her entire philosophy means she should have despised the very concept, but she didn't. This means she was able to recognize the bitterness and bias of being a bitter old coot with the decades of suffering under her belt. By the end, it is not at first if she didn't want to make the Exile a mini Kreia, as... with her general beliefs, she only wanted the parts of the philosophy worth preserving to survive. Is that line at all dependent on your relationship with her, or no?
Nope.
Okay. Well,
you just say it.
Yeah. I mean, she's a human. That makes sense. I believe that, as she said, in that line, she basically was like, yeah, I'm glad you said that.
Thanks for saying. I'm grateful. But I don't want your pity. I don't want your mercy. I'm going to break you.
Yeah. I'm going to still do me, and do what we're doing here. Although, again, she still kind of was like, I'm going to do this because I want you to beat me. She still kind of had that attitude. She said that. So it's a little bit of that villain doublespeak of like, well, what do you want?
Well, I mean, she literally says, it's like, well, there's three there's outcomes here. I either beat you, or you beat me, or we both die or live, and everything up to this point has been for nothing.
Right. But her goal, in order to make the final goal she wants happen, she needs to make it out of there. In theory. Or she realizes she's not making it out of there, and the goal at this point is just more education and teaching.
Perhaps. And hope that you will not repeat the mistakes of the past councils, right?
Perhaps, right?
Oh, yeah, right. Sorry, before I forget. On the council, if you're on the dark side and there's no council left, when you go meet the council, and you've killed everyone and you're on the dark side, she fucking hates your guts. She's like, you failed exactly like everyone else. You are no better than Scion. You're no better than any of these people. You just let your murderous rage fucking take over. You didn't learn a single thing. and you just embraced power for the sake of power, and you are going to just fucking end up being like another Nihilus or another Scion.
You cheated yourself.
Yeah, yeah,
you cheated
exactly.
the game, and nothing of value was learned.
Yep. Yeah. So she super fucking gets butthurt at you, which is really funny.
Okay.
On that note,
I saw someone said watch it, cry. I'm gonna watch it, but like it's 3 hours to get through all the alternate timeline content.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna do it on my own time. What the yes, so Kreia in theory then is like, hey, plan A is I'm gonna fucking win and go make this Force death a thing. Plan B probably being I'm gonna lose, but you're gonna carry on as a wound in the Force, and I want that wound to grow.
Mm-hmm.
So I want you to continue making this happen in whatever way by leaving her philosophies with you. And as you mentioned, him being like, oh, you fell just like the Krusty and Hungry Boys.
I believe the line is, "You are my greatest failure."
Yeah, that's interesting, right?
Yeah.
Because it's like, yeah, so the Jedis are failures, but then again, so are the Sith.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Like the Sith in this are also failures too. So
and again, it's because we like talking about how fucked up the a holier than thou Jedi is. The Sith aren't any better.
The two presented in this game, are
both are incredibly flawed.
Yeah,
they're all incredibly flawed.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
One is all, and they're the opposite problems. One is all power, no feelings.
Yeah.
One is all feelings, no power. Well, not
No
power,
power, but no
all
humanity. Both require a sacrifice of humanity.
Yes. Not all feelings, no power, but your power is defeated by your feelings. Like, basically, if I make Scion feel bad, he loses.
Well, that's the only way to make Scion feel bad, is to go, "You've been beaten."
Right.
And convince him he's been beaten, and goes, fuck, I have.
Yeah.
Fuck this, I'm out. Ugh.
Convince him he's dead.
Yeah.
Right? Oh, God. Oh, what was it?
The Nihilus line?
No.
Describing Nihilus?
There was something, there was some form of fiction that had a moment where I don't remember what it was, but the bad guys were so powerful that like the only way to beat them was to convince them that they're dead even though they're not. You have to believe in the Banner Saga. Banner Saga,
that's right.
You have to make the enemy, make the gods, like the fucking evil.
That's true. That's right.
Think you have to make it believe it's dead, even though it's not dead, in order to quote unquote kill it.
That's true.
So good. So good.
Oh, I should play through that again.
It's like, I can't beat you, but like I can pretend you're dead, and then you're going to be like, well, if no one thinks I'm alive, I guess I'm dead. You know?
I gotta play that again. Those are so
you know
good.
what also does that? Earth X and Planet X, which Marvel had a crazy ass alternate future where shit went nuts, and there was a wild.
That doesn't sound like Marvel at all. What are you talking about?
Yeah. There's some similar things in that, and like it retcons everything to sort of be consistent with to each other, and a lot of people hate it. I don't mind it because it has some fun ideas. Like Asgardians are just an insanely powerful race that like it's like there aren't actually gods. Everything fits into the idea of space and mutants and people and aliens and races, and the Asgardians and Planet Earth X, Planet X, Paradise X are a race that is shapeshifted by people's belief in them. So when humanity at the time, Norse Vikings were believing in these gods, they came down and became Valhalla because that's what humanity at the time thought they were. And they took the shape
That's
on
cool. I like
of
that
the
idea.
gods, Thor and
That's
Odin
cool.
and
That's
Valhalla. All of the lore that humanity wrote became real because these shapeshifters just came in and became that, you know?
That's pretty cool.
It is. Last, the Exile, and by extension, Kreia fucking did it. It gets undercut by last, the Exile, and by extension, Kreia fucking did it. It gets undercut by Tor and the need for ongoing conflict, and the fact that we only see the Jedi again when they're right back where they started, and the Exile overcame their space PTSD, created a new Jedi that lasted 1,000 years before the succumbing apathy of the dark. I lost the sentence. What do you mean they did it?
They created a new Jedi.
Okay, got it.
They created a new Jedi before it fell, but then it happened again, and it still ended up falling into and crumbling on itself.
Yeah.
Which is what we brought up.
Yeah. Aang. Yep. Tenzin. longer than any empire in human history. They did it. They changed what it means to be a Jedi, what the Force means to the universe for a time.
And that's great, but guess what happens?
SWTOR.
The same thing happens again in the original or in the prequels, where they get too full of themselves and don't perceive the threat. Also,
it's you can say, like, you can think to yourself, like, that Jedi, the new Jedi that Exile creates, go forward and create what we know until 1,000 years later. But then it's like, well, no, because SWTOR, right? So it doesn't all go that great. Okay, so with that, that's fucking Knights of the Old Republic 2. Thank you so much for pushing me and relentlessly dominate mind until this finally happened, because it was fucking amazing and it was super worth it, and I'm glad I waited to play this, because I definitely had curiosity about, like, what was going to happen after KOTOR 1, but this went really, really well.
I think so.
And, like, you definitely were fucking an amazing person to LP this with. And,
thank you.
You clearly fucking... the synergy is there.
The synergy is there.
It fucking worked immediately, and hot dog if it didn't fucking work out within, like, the first 20 minutes of starting the game. I was like, oh yeah, we're going to be fine.
Yeah, same. I felt it too.
We're going to be fine. It's going to be great. So, thank you so much.
Hey, thank you for having me.
And, thank you for watching. Krea's best girl.
Krea is best girl.
Not just for her brains, but also for her summon swords.
If there is ever a waifu for Laifu.
Waifu for fucking Laifu. Mm-hmm. And do remember, as we head out, apathy
is trash.
Is trash.